Welcome to this lesson. In today's class, I'd like to show you how you can make music from using the major scale. I'm going to show you 3 simple major scale licks which you can use in your playing almost effective immediately to kind of capture some of these sounds that you'll hear jazz musicians using. So if you are new to jazz and you would like to get the fingerings and the tabs that go with this lesson, then you can find the tab, the audio examples and the downloadable PDF for this lesson as part of my new ebook, Beginner Jazz Improvisation. If you'd like to go and purchase that so you can get the fingerings and follow along with the tab, then just look at the link listed below and you can get a copy of that. So let's get into the lesson. Okay, so there's 3 major scale licks that I'm going to show you today. They're all in the key of G major, so you can just use that kind of 2-octave fingering if you like, just to have some reference for each of the licks. So I'll play each of the licks for you one at a time, then I'll break them down. So the first one sounds like this. Okay, second one. And then the last one sounds like that. Okay, so the first one is like a Charlie Parker style lick, and it starts on the 5th of the chord, which is the note D, and then it goes up a 4th to G. And then it literally, as soon as you go to the G, goes up the major scale, so up to the high D note there again. And then it goes to the B, and there's a little triplet pattern interweave within that. So a bit quicker. Sounds like that. Okay, so why does this sound good and why does this make the major scale sound good? Well, firstly, you're not starting on the actual root of the major scale, which can sound pretty predictable when you start a line on, not always, but it sometimes can. So starting on the 5th makes things a bit more interesting. You've got this leap of a 4th, which is always a good thing. You find that in loads of different jazz improvisations. And of course, rhythmically, you're starting on the end of 4, so you're going 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're kind of playing into the chord a little bit rather than just kind of playing right on the beat. So that's another reason why this scale or this lick works. Of course, having the triplet interweaved into the scale also adds a bit less predictability. So that's lick number 1. Okay, we'll call that the Charlie Parker lick. Lick 2 sounds like this. Just kind of showing you it at a few different tempos with a few variations. So this is a Pat Metheny style lick. I think when he plays it, it's like, I think he plays it with that rhythm, and this one's starting on the 7th of the scale, kind of playing around that 2nd octave, but I'm also adding the 9th there as well. So I'm starting on the 7th, and then I'm doing like when I've gone from the 7th to the 9th, I'm coming back down to the 7th again, and then finishing on the G, and then finally I'm going to the D note. So I either like to play this like that with that last note a bit more anticipated, or you can play it in straight 8ths, which sounds cool as well. So why does this lick sound good? Because you're starting on the 7th, and the 7th is like a leading tone, right? So as soon as you hear the 7th, it wants to go somewhere else, which it does in this example, and you finish on the 5th, which is a strong chord tone in the key of G major. Okay, so that's why that lick works. Okay, that's the 2nd lick. All right, so the last lick sounds like this. Which is, I think this is a Charlie Parker lick. It's very much a jazz cliche, and it's kind of got like an inbuilt arpeggio within the lick, or a chord shape as well. So you can play the chord, it's like G, B, D, F sharp, and it looks like that. and I'm starting on the F sharp, I think with a quarter note, then coming down a triplet, and then I'm going to an F sharp, an octave lower, then an E natural. So that's how that works. It's very arpeggio based. Obviously, like I said, you know, many of these licks feature emphasis on the strong tones of G major, you know, the guide tones, root 3, 5, are the ones that you really want to try and add emphasis to. And this lick kind of plays through all of those. It starts on the F sharp, descending G major 7 arpeggio, 7th an octave lower, then goes to the E natural right there. So I hope that you found these 3 major scale licks useful. I think that, you know, when you first learn that major scale, you think, how on earth is this going to sound like Charlie Parker? But hopefully these lines will break down that process a little bit for you. So if you enjoyed these licks and you found them useful, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like. Of course, if you have any questions, you can drop me a comment in the section below. And like I said as well, if you enjoyed this channel and you want to support it, then I have my new ebook out, which is called Introduction to Jazz Improvisation. Thanks for checking out this video, and I hope to see you next time.